Hello, we're doing something a little different today. Clearing the dungeon Meshi stages with 4 stars is too simple, so instead I did a full pacifist run. I'll only kill the enemies that cost life points when leaked and try to avoid all the others. Since we aren't killing the food enemies, our operators will starve to death, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. However, because they're dead, we can only use them once. This way the stages are slightly more complicated since I have to avoid overkill and be careful with my damage. Let's go. EX1 is covered by food we can't eat. Fortunately for me, there are only a few actual enemies. Click takes care of the center, while Bestrat and Core attack team the outer lane. EX1 could also be cleared by Jaya and Deep Cover, but I wanted to save Jaya for later. All my operators die from hunger several times, but they last just long enough to form an effective cycle for this stage. EX2 has the cannibal plants. They can eat any operator close to them and also eat certain enemies. The event doesn't use them much since they can be rather dangerous on a harder stage. On EX2 they're already fed at the start, so there's a free damage window to kill them. I tried Caper and Vermeo first, but Caper killed random slugs before she could finish off the plant, so I brought in an adult to sort it out. Once the plants are dead, the only threat is a slug with legs mixing with normal enemies near the end. Luckily for me, it turns into a Rave Slug on low health, which makes it easy for a low DPS operator to leak it. I expected EX3 to give me a ton of trouble. It's a massive slug spam and you have the 0 life point slugs mixed in with random other slugs, making it difficult to cleanly divide them. After they take the stairs, they all stack up together and this can be exploited. An AoE guard can only hit 3 slugs at once and there are 8 slugs per wave. Once the Rave slugs start walking, they are no longer blocked, so the AoE guard can target something else and avoid killing them. That takes care of most of the stage until the final wave. Stun slugs mixed with normal slugs. I gave up a stealth forward position, picked off the slugs from ranged tiles and relied on Shiryuki and Grey to clean up the larger waves. And finally there's a few normal slugs to pick off before we let all the Rave slugs through. Took me quite a while and I'm fairly sure Grey was overkill, but we have more slugs to save on other stages. EX4 uses a super unique strategy. Instead of trying to mix enemies or use elaborate pathing to complicate the stage, it aims to trigger your IS-3 PTSD by using the Pompeii stage layout. After smoking a couple of packs, we are ready to go. The golems have to be killed, but when they drop below 50% health, they spawn stun slugs that we can't kill. Simple use of targeting priority ensures capers keep shooting at the golem, even after the slugs spawn, while Vigna works on the other golem. Once the right side golem spawns the slugs, Myrtle and Vigna proc them so Quartz can be safely deployed to handle the Sami dudes. Repeat a similar process for the next two golems, Caper snipes one, Myrtle procs the stun slug, and Vigna plus Quartz DPS down the rest of the enemies. And we're done here, you can go Sluggies. Apparently the golem spawns stay in place for about 5 minutes. I wanted to shave my beard while waiting for the stage to end. EX5 presents us with a moral dilemma. Dusk's friend costs 1 life, but we can bribe it with a fruit and then it will switch sides and cost 0 lives. However, the only way to get 1 fruit is to kill a stun slug. So what do we value more, an alcoholic or a stun slug? All the stun slug seems to do is dig holes and spray toxins all over the place. On the other hand, the alcoholic drinks toxins all day and also spits at people. If we bribe the alcoholic, it selectively spits at people, so it seems to be of much higher intelligence than the slug. For that reason I chose to preserve the lives of drunks over slugs. Moral dilemma resolved, I use Verdant to get rid of the stun slugs, and then Gitano to nuke everything else. EX6 is another slug spam stage, like EX3, Estelle is already dead so we need a new slug filter. Hummus works by using skill 2 and pointing him to the side, lowering his damage enough to let the rave slugs through. Once they're all gone, all that's left is a bunch of metal crabs. Block and bonk with haze, matterhorn and pinecone. Wonder what all the chests are about though.
Does anyone need healing?
What a day.
EX7, the puzzle stage. This is just an order of operations check. There's 3 chests with fruits in them, so we can use them to feed the alcoholics without sacrificing any slugs this time. But we need to kill the cannibal plants first. Acid drop takes care of the golem, while rope and toter make their way through the cannibals. The drunkards leave without much hassle, and we finally get a good spot for acid drop to shoot the metal crabs.
Great luck. I see you. Foggy today. Bad luck.
With the extra SPD, she wipes them all out with little effort. All that's left is for the slugs to break the pillars so they can leave. That's gonna take a while. Let's look at EX8 while we wait. And finally we arrive at EX8, the Selbe stage. No enemies other than Selbe consume life points, so you don't need to kill any. You can prevent the boss from chewing on your face by feeding her what she wants. Her diet consists of boars, stun slugs and Pompeii. It's simple enough to throw a couple of medics to stall the boss and feed her, but is that really the right thing to do? So far we've sent 24 operators to their death to avoid hurting the Waka wildlife, and Selbe is an operator too. I think you know what we have to do.